Every one of us has dreams, ambitions, and goals. But too often, we wait for the perfect moment, the perfect condition, or someone else to push us forward. The truth is, that moment may never come. You have to be your own motivation. You need to push yourself. Because no one else can walk your path. No one else can live your story. The fire that drives success must come from within. Self-motivation is the foundation of every success story. It's the invisible force that keeps you moving forward when everything around you seems to be holding you back. Many people wait for others to inspire or guide them. But true progress begins the moment you take responsibility for your own drive. When you depend on external validation, your motivation becomes fragile. It fades the moment praise stops. But when your motivation comes from within, it becomes a constant source of energy that can carry you through the toughest storms. You must learn to ignite that spark yourself and protect it from being extinguished by fear, failure, or doubt. Then being self-motivated means waking up each day with a sense of purpose, even when no one is watching. It's about creating your own reasons to keep going, instead of waiting for opportunities to appear. The truth is, nobody will hand you your dreams. You have to chase them with relentless effort. Self-motivation is what turns "I can't" into "I will." It teaches you to see challenges as stepping stones, not barriers. But when you rely solely on external motivation, you'll stop when the applause ends. But when you are self-driven, you keep pushing because your goals mean more than temporary comfort. Developing self-motivation also requires discipline and clarity. You must know why you are doing what you're doing. Your why fuels your persistence. When you connect deeply with your purpose, whether it's to improve your life, help your family, or achieve your potential, that purpose becomes your personal fuel. Motivation without meaning fades quickly, but when your actions align with your values, you create an unstoppable force within yourself. The more you focus on your inner purpose, the less you depend on outside encouragement to keep you going. Ultimately, self-motivation transforms the way you live and think. It makes you resilient, determined, and independent. You stop blaming circumstances and start creating results. It's not about having endless energy. It's about finding strength even when you're exhausted. Self-motivation pushes you to set higher standards, to keep improving, and to never settle for less than what you're capable of achieving. When you master this mindset, you become unstoppable because your power no longer comes from others, but from within yourself. Growth begins the moment you step outside your comfort zone. Comfort feels safe, predictable, and easy, but it also keeps you stagnant. When you stay in your comfort zone, you repeat the same routines, think the same thoughts, and achieve the same results. Nothing changes because you're not challenging yourself to face the unknown. Growth, on the other hand, demands discomfort. It requires you to take risks, make mistakes, and confront fear. Every successful person has had to walk through uncertainty before they found progress. It's the willingness to be uncomfortable that separates those who dream from those who achieve. When you push yourself beyond what feels easy, you begin to discover your real potential. You realize that you're capable of far more than you ever believed. Each time you face something difficult, whether it's learning a new skill, speaking up for yourself, or overcoming a personal setback, you strengthen your mental resilience. That's how growth happens, by stretching your limits one challenge at a time. It's like a muscle. The more you train it under pressure, the stronger it becomes. The moment you stop pushing yourself, you stop evolving. Comfort may feel good temporarily, but it never leads to greatness. The truth is, the path to success is often uncomfortable, messy, and uncertain. You will face fear, self-doubt, and resistance. But these are signs that you are growing. Many people mistake discomfort for failure, but discomfort is actually progress in disguise. It means you are expanding your boundaries and learning to adapt. The more you face fear head-on, the less power it has over you. Instead of running from difficulty, you begin to embrace it, because you understand that every challenge holds a lesson that will make you wiser and stronger. Breaking free from comfort also builds confidence. When you take action despite fear, You prove to yourself that you can handle adversity. That inner confidence becomes a foundation for future success. You start to see failure not as something to avoid, but as a necessary part of the journey. Growth lies in those moments of uncertainty, in those times when you feel tested and uncomfortable. It's in those moments that you evolve from who you are into who you're meant to become. The more you push beyond what's familiar, the closer you get to unlocking your full potential. Discipline is the backbone of success because it allows you to act with purpose rather than emotion. Feelings are temporary. They rise and fall depending on your mood, energy, and circumstances. But discipline stays steady even when motivation fades. It's easy to work hard when you feel inspired, but true growth happens when you push yourself on the days you don't feel like it. That's the difference between people who dream and people who achieve. Discipline teaches you to show up regardless of how you feel, and that consistent action is what separates progress from procrastination. When you rely solely on your emotions to guide your actions, you'll never build lasting habits. There will be days when you feel tired, unmotivated, or discouraged. And if you allow those emotions to control you, your goals will remain out of reach. Discipline, however, creates stability. It's the quiet promise you make to yourself to keep going even when it's uncomfortable. It means doing what needs to be done, not just what feels good in the moment. Every time you choose discipline over feelings, you strengthen your willpower and prove to yourself that you are capable of mastering your own mind. Discipline is not about being harsh on yourself. It's about being consistent and committed. It's about making small, deliberate choices every day that align with your long-term goals. Whether it's waking up early, eating healthy, studying, or working on your craft, discipline is what keeps you moving forward even when no one is watching. Over time, disciplined actions compound into remarkable results. You begin to see how persistence pays off, not because of luck or motivation, but because of your commitment to staying focused, no matter how you feel. Moreover, discipline builds character and self-respect. When you keep promises to yourself, you begin to trust your own strength. You no longer need to rely on outside pressure or instant gratification to stay on track. You become the kind of person who follows through even when it's hard. This self-control spills into every area of life, giving you confidence and peace of mind. Discipline doesn't silence your emotions. It teaches you to rise above them. It transforms you into someone who acts with intention, not impulse. Someone who chooses growth over comfort and persistence over excuses. Consistency is the quiet power behind every great achievement. It's not about doing everything perfectly once. It's about showing up day after day, even when progress feels slow or invisible. Many people start strong, full of energy and excitement, but lose momentum when results don't come quickly. What they fail to realize is that success is not built on single moments of greatness, but on countless small, consistent actions. Every day that you choose to keep going adds another brick to the foundation of your success. Over time, those small, steady efforts create results that seem impossible to those who gave up too soon. Being consistent also teaches you patience and persistence. The journey toward any meaningful goal will always have ups and downs. Some days will be productive, others frustrating. But consistency ensures that no matter how slow the progress, you're always moving forward. It keeps your vision alive when motivation fades. Think of it like planting seeds. You may not see growth right away, but with daily care and attention, those seeds eventually become something powerful and lasting. Consistency builds trust in yourself and in your process. It reminds you that effort, no matter how small, is never wasted. The power of consistency lies in its compounding effect. Just like saving a little money regularly turns into wealth over time, doing small positive actions every day leads to massive transformation. When you commit to showing up consistently, whether it's practicing your craft, exercising, studying, or improving your mindset, you create momentum that becomes unstoppable. Each repetition strengthens your skills, habits, and confidence. The progress may not always be visible, in the beginning, but it's happening quietly, preparing you for breakthroughs that only come after consistent effort. Consistency also builds credibility both with yourself and with others. When people see that you're dependable, disciplined, and committed, they begin to respect your word and trust your word. More importantly, you begin to respect yourself. You realize that you don't need perfection to succeed. You just need persistence. Every small step, every daily action, every moment you choose progress over comfort contributes to your long-term growth. Consistency turns goals into reality, dreams into results, and potential into power. Not through luck or talent, but through relentless effort, repeated day after day. Excuses are the greatest enemies of progress. They give you a false sense of comfort and convince you that waiting, delaying, or quitting is somehow justified. But the truth is, every excuse you make is a wall between you and your potential. Excuses allow you to avoid responsibility for your actions, and the more you use them, the weaker your discipline becomes. It's easy to say, I'll do it tomorrow, or I don't have time. But those small moments of avoidance add up until they become habits. Success demands honesty, and that means looking yourself in the mirror and admitting that excuses are holding you back. Once you remove them, you open the door to unstoppable growth. Laziness often disguises itself as comfort, but it quietly drains your energy and ambition. It's not that people don't want success, they just don't want the discomfort that comes with it. Laziness convinces you that resting a little longer or skipping a small task won't make a difference. But over time, those missed opportunities compound into regret. Overcoming laziness requires mental strength and a clear vision of what you truly want. When your desire to improve becomes stronger than your urge to stay comfortable, you begin to act. Progress starts when you stop letting your feelings dictate your actions and start doing what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. The key to defeating excuses and laziness lies in discipline and self-awareness. You must learn to recognize the patterns that hold you back, the thoughts that whisper, I'm too tired, or I'll start later. These are traps designed by your mind to protect you from discomfort, but they also protect you from success. Replace them with empowering beliefs. I can, I will, and I must. Break big goals into smaller, achievable tasks and commit to completing them daily. When you start small and stay consistent, your mind adjusts to effort as a new normal. Gradually, what once felt difficult becomes routine, and you realize that laziness has lost its control over you. Overcoming excuses is also about taking full responsibility for your life. When you stop blaming circumstances, people, or timing, you reclaim your power to change your situation. Success doesn't depend on perfect conditions. It depends on your willingness to take action despite imperfections. The moment you stop waiting for motivation and start creating momentum, everything begins to shift. You gain confidence, energy, and focus. Excuses fade, and results begin to appear. It's not easy to overcome laziness, but every time you choose effort over excuses, you're proving to yourself that you have control over your destiny, not the other way around. Challenges are not roadblocks. They are stepping stones to growth and transformation. Every obstacle you face holds within it a lesson, an opportunity to learn something new about yourself, and a chance to become stronger than you were before. Yet most people fear challenges because they associate them with failure, pain, or uncertainty. What they fail to realize is that challenges are what shape greatness. Without difficulty, there is no progress. Without resistance, there is no strength. The people who achieve extraordinary things are not those who avoid problems, but those who face them head-on and use them as fuel to push forward. When you begin to see challenges differently, your entire mindset changes. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? You start asking, what is this trying to teach me? That simple shift turns pain into power. Each challenge becomes a teacher guiding you toward resilience, creativity, and self-discovery. When life throws obstacles your way, it's testing your commitment to your goals. Do you give up when things get hard, or do you rise and fight through them? The answer defines your character. The truth is, every breakthrough in life comes right after a major challenge. You just have to stay strong enough to reach that point. Embracing challenges also helps you develop problem-solving skills and emotional intelligence. When you face difficulties, you learn how to adapt, strategize, and stay calm under pressure. You realize that struggle is not something to fear, but something to master. Every time you overcome a tough situation, you gain confidence in your ability to handle future ones. You stop running from discomfort and start walking through it with courage. Over time, your perspective changes. What once felt impossible becomes achievable because you trained your mind to focus on solutions rather than problems. Challenges no longer intimidate you. They motivate you. The greatest opportunities in life are often hidden behind challenges. Many people miss them because they give up too early, but those who persevere find rewards they never expected. A challenge can reveal new paths, inspire new ideas, and even open doors that you didn't know existed. The struggle you face today could be the reason for your strength tomorrow. When you choose to embrace challenges instead of avoiding them, you step into the mindset of a true leader, someone who sees possibility in every difficulty and uses adversity as a stepping stone towards success. Every decision you make today builds the foundation for your tomorrow. The effort you put in right now determines the kind of life you live in the future. Many people underestimate the power of the present moment, thinking they have endless time to chase their dreams or fix their habits later. But the truth is, every day you delay your growth, you push your future success further away. The choices you make today, how hard you work, how disciplined you are, and how much you push yourself, all add up to shape your destiny. The future isn't something that just happens to you. It's something you create through consistent effort and dedication in the present. Your future self will either thank you or regret the decisions you make right now. If you put in the work today, even when it's hard, you're planting seeds that will bloom into opportunities and achievements later. But if you keep choosing comfort, excuses, and procrastination, you'll eventually face the consequences of your inaction. Success doesn't come from what you say you'll do, it comes from what you actually do every single day. The small steps you take now, even when no one notices, will one day become the big results everyone admires. Every bit of effort counts, and each moment of discipline brings you closer to the future you dream of. Understanding the connection between today's actions and tomorrow's outcomes gives you a sense of purpose. It helps you stay focused when distractions appear and committed when challenges arise. When you remind yourself that your future depends on what you do now, it becomes easier to stay consistent and determined. You stop looking for shortcuts and start valuing the process. Each hour spent learning, improving, or working on yourself is an investment that compounds over time. The habits you build today, whether good or bad, will define the person you become in the years ahead. That's why every choice matters. Putting effort into today is not just about success, it's about self-respect and responsibility. It's about taking control of your life and refusing to leave your future to chance. Every great person you admire once stood where you are now, faced with the decision to either stay the same or work harder. They chose effort, and that choice changed everything. Your dreams don't need perfection. They need persistence. The more you invest in yourself today, the stronger, wiser, and more successful your future self will become. Your effort today is the bridge that connects who you are now to who you are meant to be. At the end of the day, everything comes down to one simple truth. You are responsible for your own growth, your own success, and your own destiny. No one else can do the work for you. No one else can fight your battles. And no one else can live your dreams. You must be willing to push yourself beyond comfort, excuses, and fear. Every ounce of, or every act of discipline and every challenge you overcome brings you closer to the life you truly desire. The path won't be easy, but that's exactly why it's worth it. Every moment of struggle builds strength, and every setback prepares you for a greater comeback. The people who achieve greatness are not the ones who have it easy, but the ones who keep going when it's hard. You have that same power within you, the power to rise, to improve, and to transform your life through consistent effort and belief in yourself. Remember, success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who work for it, fight for it, and never stop pushing forward. So don't settle for average, don't surrender to fear, and don't let laziness steal your potential. You have everything it takes to become extraordinary. All you need to do is keep moving, keep believing, and keep pushing yourself. Because your best life is waiting on the other side of your effort.